Hello guys and welcome back. Yesterday this was the video that was supposed to be posted, however, to let you know just how yesterday went, I tried to put my underwear on outside in and back to front. Then I decided I'd have something to eat and I had a pancake to discover it was mouldy. After I bit into it, the mould was on one side, the underside. That's how yesterday went. So today is going to be a little vintage inspired makeup look, and for foundation I'm using my beloved Fuera foundation. This is in the shade 102 Nude. For primer I'm using the W7 Camera Ready in green. I love green concealers, green primers. I've said this a few times, I love colour correcting things. I think they are so lovely and do really well on my skin, because as you can see I have redness. This is one breakout. I've got broken veins up here, these aren't breakouts, and I've got a broken vein here. I also have a big broken vein over my nose. So I love to use green everything really. But today it's a comfy day. We have horrible weather. It is absolutely bucking it down of rain and it's windy. So I've got my nice big comfy jumper on today, and I really enjoy when I've got really comfy clothes on. I love having really glam makeup. So I'm going to get started with my primer, and as always my face has been cleansed, it's been moisturised and it's ready to go. So the eye look is going to be quite a smoky brown eye look, and as always when it comes to the brown smoky eye look I'm using the Maybelline Countdown palette. I love this palette, it really is one of my favourites. However, I'm going to be buying more eyeshadows because it's something I don't have a lot of, so I would like to get more, and I would love for your recommendation. So first thing I noticed with this primer, it's softer than the purple one of that. It almost feels oily. It's strange because the purple one has quite a purple pigment to it, but this one doesn't seem to have much green, and that's one thing I did say before, that it disappoints me when I get something that's a colour corrector and when you use it there's no colour, because if there's no colour, what's the point? But let's hope that it does a good job of keeping that foundation on today and filling in the pores and the scarring I have on my face. The scarring I have on my face isn't solely just from acne when I was younger. I have scarring for a few reasons, mainly work. So that primer feels really nice actually. It's strange, it doesn't feel oily now, but I wouldn't say it felt silicone-y. It's made my skin feel lovely to the touch. Just making sure that sometimes I notice with my eyes crease in the corner and the crease under here, and if I don't make sure that the primers are blended out there, what will happen is it makes the product bunch up even more. I don't know why, it's just always done that, but if I make sure it's properly blended out, it's absolutely fine. So to apply my Fuera foundation, I'm going to be using my damp sponge, and in case you're new to my channel, this sponge is from Primark. It comes in a set of two. It's a flat top wedge shaped sponge in the other one. These sponges are brilliant. I've never tried a beauty blender, but these sponges are great. I have tried many dupes for the beauty blender, but this has been my absolute favourite. They swell up so much. I actually have the flat top one here. This is it dry and this is it wet, so you get quite a very soft spongy sponge. It's brilliant though, I really like them. However, unfortunately that flat top one actually seemed to part away at the top once I washed it. I don't know why that happened, because this one I've washed many times and that's never happened. So I've shaken up my Fora foundation before I started the video, and I'm going to just put a little bit in the back of the hand now. I believe in the directions of that bottle it tells you to shake it and do your face in sections. I believe that's because the product starts to settle down, and if it settles down too much and you're still trying to apply it, it can go very patchy. But I find it easier working in little sections than back in my younger day. The trick was to just put your foundation on your fingers, rub it and dab it all over your face. And once I sort of got more into makeup, I found it far easier to do one side of the face section by section and work through there. That is just me, but I prefer doing it this way. I find you've got more control over the coverage and where your product's going. And another thing with this foundation, it tells you to apply it with a brush, and that's how I applied it for a long time. However, my skin gets very dehydrated, and I decided to try it with a damp sponge. One of the videos, it was a previous video, the first time I used it with a damp sponge, and I really loved the effect it gave to this foundation. It just looked so natural and it was far quicker to do it that way than with a brush. I like both methods, but I'm really into the damp sponge method. And another thing, past few days, I don't know why this happens, but it's as though maybe my skin is dehydrated when this happens, but it's as though when I start applying my makeup, my skin seems to soak out any moisture that's there. And from what I know, if your skin's dehydrated, it will soak out everything that's on your face, trying to rehydrate itself. And this is something that apparently can't be remedied by just drinking water. Apparently this is where you need like a gel hydrator on the skin. And if you find that a few hours into your day with your makeup, if you look and all your makeup seems to be gone, apparently this is a really big sign that your skin is dehydrated. And when this was happening to me with the makeup, where I was applying it and it seemed to be taking out any moisture, I was getting lots and lots of foundation build up here and around the eyebrows, between the eyebrows. It was horrible and it just looked really cakey, and it didn't matter what I'd done. Didn't matter what I used. So last night I did a really nice gentle exfoliant on the skin, and I just put a light moisturiser over the top, used hyaluronic acid and a gel hydrator, and so far today it seems to be back to normal. And you get to know yourself when you're wearing makeup, you get to know what's normal for you. And I think what really helps is when you start realising when your skin behaves a certain way, what it's needing. And this is why I love having a very diverse range of face care products. You know, I have things for dry skin, I have things for oily skin, I have things for dehydrated skin. And that's from creams, gels, serums, face masks, face washes as well. I never use the same face wash every day. I go by how my skin is that day. If I feel my skin's really dull and tired, I'll maybe use a vitamin C gentle scrub, and I'll maybe use my salicylic acid if I feel my skin's really clogged. And I guarantee you, how my skin was in the morning isn't the same way it is that evening. If I've worn particularly heavy makeup and my skin feels quite greasy, I'll change my evening skin cleansing routine to something that suits it. And it also depends what treatment I'll be doing on it after it, whether it be glycolic acid or a salicylic acid treatment or a hydration treatment, because skin is like emotions, it's not the same constantly. Or, as I said the other day, Skin is like hormones. It's up and down, and every month it decides to become a little bitch. And that really helped me with my breakouts, my dryness, and it was just really paying attention to my skin. I'll also adapt my makeup to it as well, and I think that's a really nice key. If my skin's been particularly dehydrated, I'll use my hyaluronic acid Maybelline foundation, and when I take the makeup off at night my skin feels really, really nice and really hydrated. It's fantastic, so really nice makeup. And if I feel my skin's very dry to the point that if I put foundation on it's going to gather on all the dry flaky skin, I'll go in with a tinted moisturiser. And I think listening to your skin is a really important thing that we don't think of. We all seem to think, oh, you've got dry skin, or you've got combination skin, or you've got oily skin, and that's it every day. And it's not. Your skin changes, it's got its own mood. More mature skin is totally different. More mature skin generally does require more moisture, more hydration, because the oil production in the skin isn't the same. I've certainly noticed the difference from my early teens to my mid-teens to my late teens, and then especially going into my 20s. That was when I really noticed a big change in my skin, and I'm almost 30 now. And after the age of 25, that was when my skin really calmed down on oil production, spots, acne. All of that really, really calmed down. And you've also got other changes like diet, environment. All these things make a big difference on how you look after your skin. If you live in the city, your skin won't be the same as somebody who lives in the countryside at all. So treat your skin like a person. She has her own little personality. So as you can see, that's covered up beautifully. I'm in no rush today. It's miserable outside. I'm certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. I have a lovely meeting today. It's a little coffee morning that I join into with a group, and I absolutely love it. It's something I really, really, really look forward to every week. We have these meetings every Tuesday and every Thursday, and it's something that I look forward to so much because there is new people, it's different faces, you learn about other people, and also they can have different ideas and things that they're doing that you then go, oh, I never thought of that and I want to try it. So I have that today at 1 o'clock and I'm super excited because it's just fab. They're brilliant, there's men and women there, and you get such a good giggle. It's brilliant, so I highly recommend, if you're struggling in lockdown, set up some kind of virtual meeting with people. Get to meet people, even if it's like on your local, you know how quite often your area will have its own sort of Facebook group. Join that and ask people. You'd be amazed at the amount of people that would be totally up for joining in a virtual meeting, especially when it's a group of you and it's not just one-to-one. Sometimes that can be quite awkward. Whereas when it's a group of you, you'd be amazed at what you can chat about. Absolutely amazed. So I highly recommend that if you're really struggling with lockdown. I think this is us totally blended out. I am so chuffed with how my skin has been. I've been using a lot of the Bylinda face masks. I mentioned them in a previous video. The difference in my skin is unreal. Prep is everything in makeup, and that was a major game changer to how I did my makeup, was when I found out prep was everything. And prep is everything in many things, but prepping your skin, and I mean it can take days in a good way, where you're just really making sure you're drinking plenty of water, maybe change something in your diet, your skincare regime, making sure that you've got all that makeup off at the end of the day, but making sure you enjoy it. Silly things like investing in really pretty sponges or pretty cloths or a fancy looking bottle of a cleanser. and also changing it up. That was something that helped me stick to a good face care regime, was having a different product, because it wasn't this bog standard same product day in, day out, night and day, night and day. I love variation like my makeup. I might have a problem, this is all of my foundations, but I love variation, I love change. I'm one of these people that I change the house around all the time, I move the kitchen around all the time, even if it's just the microwave. I have this urge that I don't like things being the same day in, day out. I love routine, but I don't like my surroundings to be the same, and I don't like products to be the same day in, day out. I like to feel like every time I'm doing makeup or every time I'm doing my skincare, I love to feel like I'm going to a shop every time and I'm specifically picking something that I want that night. And if you have, say, really normal skin that you don't have any problems with and you're naturally stunning, bitch, you can invest in things that have different scents if you're not sensitive, different scents, different consistencies, things like that, or different brushes. You know, you get the face brushes, you get the little silicone brushes now, and you get ones that you can plug in and they link up to your phone. I'm from the generation where we had dial-up internet by the time we were in our teens, and you had to listen to that god awful noise every 2 minutes, and if somebody phoned, it cut your internet out. We had face cloths and that was it, just saying. So, foundation is done. I'm really chuffed with how this looks. I find using a damp sponge to apply that Flora foundation, I find that it sits on top of your pores and scarring rather than in them. And you get pore minimising primers. Nothing changes the shape of your pores. It can just help disguise them, and I find using a damp beauty blender, or damp sponge, sorry, with that Flora foundation helps disguise the pores. And I also find that because I use primers, I always use a primer. For me personally, I know a lot of people don't like primers, or they don't like wearing a primer every day. What I find with a primer is it really helps keep a barrier between my moisturiser and all my skincare from that morning and my makeup. And I find that the primer really helps keep that moisture in the skin. I don't find it breaks me out. If anything, I find using a primer stops me breaking out as much as it does without a primer. If I don't use a primer, I find the results that my makeup is a bit more cakey. You can really see my pores, you can really see my scarring, whereas a primer for me is just fantastic. The more silicone in it normally, the better. And this primer, I am really impressed with it. It didn't cancel out any of the redness on my skin, I don't think. However, it's made my makeup go on really, really nice, and it made my skin just feel incredness. It was really strange. However, I'm really chuffed with it. So, I'm going to lightly set this, because this foundation, most of the time I have to set it. It's a soft matte finish, it's not a complete matte, and it's not a dewy finish. And if I don't set it, if I go in with any powder product, it'll absorb any moisture and it won't budge, so you can't blend it out, and the pigment's really, really strong. And for me, it just doesn't look flattering. At least I think it doesn't look flattering on me. If I was using a cream product, that's when I would use that instead of a powder. And if it needed to be powdered, I would do it at the very end. I am hopefully this week going to be doing a video. In fact, no, sorry, it'll be next week. I'm hoping to do an entire video on cream and liquid makeup. I have liquid eyeshadows, I have liquid highlighters, I have cream blushes, and I'm going to see how that works a full face. This is really, really good if you've got mature skin, drier skin, or quite dull skin. Liquid and cream products will be your best friend. So I hope, if you haven't already, you'll subscribe, ring the bell, and you can join me on that day for that video. So, to set this, I'm going in with my Flawless Face Pressed Powder. Again, if like me you have dry or dehydrated skin, a pressed powder can be your best friend rather than a loose powder. Loose powders for me just soak everything right out, and it's too much. Quite often you'll notice when you put a powder product on it first, it can make your foundation look really strange, but once it settles and your oils start coming through, it really holds it on and it looks really natural. But that doesn't happen with me if I use a loose setting powder. It's just far too much, whereas a pressed one or a pressed foundation, which also offers even more coverage, is just right. So we're all set. I am going to go in with my eyeshadow next. I actually meant to use makeup tape for this. However, we'll be fine. So this is my Maybelline Countdown palette. I've used this quite a lot in videos and I love it. So we're going to be going in with colours all down this side. I do use some of the big ones in the middle. And to start, I'm going to be using this little brush that I got from Birchbox. I cancelled my subscription to them. I can't remember, I think it's £12 or more to buy this brush. It's not my favourite brush, but it's okay. My other brushes are getting washed, so this one will be fine. And for in the crease, I'm going to go in with this colour here. It's like a burnt coppery orange colour. It's just a really nice transition shade, and I'm going to turn the brush upside down. This just helps the product. It's a tip from Raw Beauty Christy. If you've ever watched her videos, she's amazing. She is so lovely. It was her that said pretty much turning the angled brush like this, the eyeshadow would blend itself essentially. So that's just for in the crease. I don't want the pigment in the crease to be too much. It's just to be a nice transition shade. Have any of you started watching White Lines on Netflix? Oh my god, that is amazing. I was so gutted when my partner said he was going to bed last night because I wasn't allowed to watch it until we could watch it the next day when we were both up. I was so gutted, but oh my days, it's amazing and it's quite funny as well. But I would highly recommend it if you're struggling to find something to watch White Lines. And a programme that I believe's been on the go for a long time, and I just watched it. I didn't even make it to the end of the episode, I was so tired. Gossip Girl. I'm on the first episode, the very first episode, but I believe Gossip Girl's been running for a long time. Over the years I've heard a few people talking about Gossip Girl. I finally decided I was looking for more of a chick flick thing. I love seeing people's fashion liking, as I've said, if I didn't stumble on my words, it wouldn't be a normal video, so let's hope that was the last time. It was like Pretty Little Liars. I loved seeing their fashion sense. I thought that was great. It makes me feel quite good. Sounds strange, but that's mainly what I watch it for, is if they look good. Like the new Dynasty, I sat and watched the whole lot of that in a few days and I absolutely love it, to the point I was going to start watching it again until I found Gossip Girl, which was apparently similar according to Netflix. So that's that shade blended out. Next I'm going to go in with the deepest brown and I'm going to work that solely in the outer corner of the eye. And these colours really don't get any fallout, but I love using tape with them because you get that really, really nice sharp line. So I'm annoyed at myself for forgetting to use the tape, but such is life. After yesterday, I can't complain that I've only forgot to use tape. Yesterday just was not a good day and it was so hot. It was ridiculous. It was lovely. We sat out in it for quite a while. We also filled a massive tub thing that held like 200 litres of water or something for the dogs to go and swim in, and they wouldn't go near it. And we think it was the colour because they love water. We think it was the colour, it was bright yellow, and they all seemed scared. So we sat and done that for them not to use it, and then they just used it as a giant drinking bowl. But at least they had plenty of water. In this eyeshadow palette, no fallout, the pigment is beautiful and buildable, so you can do really, really nice natural hints eye look, and you can go really, really dark The only thing I wish this had was black. I wish there was a small black so that you could really darken that outer corner out, but I can't complain for the price. This palette was, I believe, £4 I got it for from eBay, and it was brand new. Most things I have come from eBay. I'm going to be doing a video on that as well, all my best eBay purchases. It won't just be makeup, there'll be fashion, skincare, but pretty much everything that you see has came from eBay. So I think that's as dark as we're going to go. To help blend the dark outer corner with the lighter inner corner, I'm going to be going in with this shade here. This is quite a shimmery shade. The payoff on these is superb. Absolutely superb. You can really build these up to the point that it looks like sparkling water. I'm going into the inner corner with this as well. I have a mirror, that's what I'm looking at, if you're wondering. And then slightly into the crease. But this is one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes. And Maybelline for me, excuse me, Maybelline for me is just great. Affordable, works well. I have a lot of Maybelline foundations as well. Most of my videos are about Maybelline foundations. They have been a brand that was available to me since I very first started wearing makeup, and they're just great. They are affordable, they work, and I think for the price they're superb. If you're wondering about the cost of the Fuera foundation, £2. Same size bottle as all your Maybellines. To tell you, you get 30ml of foundation for £2. You can find this for sale at £15, but if you really just look, you'll find it for £2 and £3. It's very affordable and very, very worth it. It's a foundation that I grab for when I really, really, really want full coverage foundation. So for the centre of the eye, I'm going to go in with this white first and see if we need anything else. Such a nice palette. And you've seen that I've done this whole eye look with one brush. Doesn't matter if it's angled, as long as it's a little fluffy brush, you're fine. I only reached for this one because the rest are getting washed. And white eyeshadows, I find you don't get a lot of colour payoff. However, this is a shimmery white, and this is one that I find you do get a lot of colour payoff. It is lovely. So that's the eyes done. I will jump off camera. I will curl my eyelashes, put mascara on, I will do my eyeliner as well, and then we'll come back and we'll finish the rest of the face. So, eyeliner's done, mascara's done. Now I'm going to do my blush. In fact, sorry, I'm missing a step. I am going to be doing my contour. And for contour I'm using the Rimmel London Golden Bronze. This palette is great, and to apply the contour I'm going in with my 111 flathead contour brush from Primark. This is a fantastic brush if you really want to get perfect straight lines. So just tapping it on, I'll use a different brush to buff this out. You can use this brush. Personally, I like to use a more fluffier brush. I find that really disperses the product really nicely instead of completely removing the product. And for my face shape, where I put the contour works really, really well. Everybody's contour and where they put it is totally different depending on what shape of face they have and what look they're going for. I don't contour my nose personally. I love it on other people, just not on myself. So already you can see the dimension that that's brought back into the face. If you are using a full coverage foundation, you will often find that then you would have to bring the dimension back into your face with highlighters and contours and blush. So to blend this out, I'm going in with my Moda multi-purpose powder brush. This is a lovely brush and it's very, very soft. And it's just great for dispersing this product without shifting it. The fibres are so silky. I've had these brushes for about a year now. They wash so easily. To me they were quite pricey. It was £15 for, I believe it was 4 brushes or 5 brushes, but the quality is amazing. The handles are a slight grippy matte and it's great. They're really just a lovely brush. I do love Moda brushes. They're just so pricey. So, quite happy with how this is blended out. I love that contour. And I feel this really just brings back to life the features in the face and draws attention to where you want that feature to be. Whether it be your nose, your cheekbones, your cupid's bow, whatever. So now I'm going to go in with the Master Blush palette from Maybelline. You get 3 blushes and 1 highlight. This palette was great. This also came from eBay. I believe this one was £5. And I'm barely dented into the grooves and I have used this many times. But first I'm going to go in and do my highlight, and I'm using, this is actually a highlight brush from Doe Colour. I use this for blush as well because it's quite small and it's slightly tapered. You just find that you get such a clean, even disperse of your product. So I'm trying to keep away from my happy lines because I don't want them to be emphasised. I like people to know that I've been happy, but I don't want them to think I incessantly smile without ever stopping. But this is a really nice highlight. You can totally build this up. And you can have it like how I'm having it today, where it's a bit more natural. And I love going in on the brow bone with highlight. I think it can just make your face look a lot more awake. And if, like me, you need coffee and makeup to waken up, I never feel complete and ready until I've got my makeup on. Makeup is my coffee. I love coffee. I have about 6 cups. I think I've had 7 for doing this video, but I feel so awake and nice and fresh when I've got my makeup on. That's just me. Not everybody is like that. And then once I've done my makeup, another thing I like to do is cover myself in perfume. I never used to wear perfume. I just wasn't that I disliked it. It wasn't something that I really purchased until now. And I love it. That as well, even first thing in the morning, I've seen me as I'm waiting on the kettle boiling, I'll put perfume on just because it's so nice and it's so invigorating, that smell. It awakens your senses, I think. And it's lovely. I really like it. I love doing silly little things that just bring me that little sparkle into my day, whether it's trying a new face wash that morning or picking something that I find really luxurious or that makes me feel nice. Like I've got a Biore face wash that makes my face tingle, and I used that this morning because it really makes you feel awake. Wee squish of perfume, a fancy cup. I have cups that have little faces on them and they look like they're tripping on acid. They look like they've taken cocaine. they are just funny, they are comical, and I like to drink my coffee out of them because the wee smiley face just brightens up my day. For blush, I'm going to actually go in with a touch of this one. These look so crazy pigmented, but you can build them up to be like that, but a nice touch of this just is lovely, and I'm using the same brush. And yesterday, my goodness, when it came to applying the blush I used yesterday, I used the blush here in my contour palette. Now I have used this blush multiple times. Instead of hitting pan, I have hit strange coloured highlight in this, which has never happened before, but in there, and it just caked on in places and it looked awful. And that was when I just sort of knew this video isn't going to make it to YouTube, because there was just so many things. I just wasn't feeling it yesterday, and I truly believe you need to be in the mind for something. I am really passionate about makeup and beauty, but if I'm not feeling something, I just can't do it, and I can't fake it. I'm a terrible liar, always have been, always will be. I am someone that if you tell me someone's having a surprise party, it is just written all over my face, so people cannot tell me anything at all. Even if it comes to buying presents for someone, my god, I'll end up slipping up and telling them what I've got them. It's horrible. So to apply blush, and it's a very nice pinky blush, and I believe it'll go with my beautiful pink top. This jumper was from eBay but I had a calling for a baby pink jumper, and I'm so pleased I got it, because again, it's something super comfy. This is in the size XL. It's a gents one. Gents stuff's the best, the comfiest, and I just needed something that was comfortable but baby pink. Everybody's got their own colours that make them feel quite girly. Mine's is pink and red. So I will finally get to applying this blush, and I'm just patting it slightly, just a gentle tapping on my cheekbone. Dipping in again. We're just slowly building that up. I personally like my blusher to be darker at the back, because I find when you're looking forward, if it's quite dark, it draws your eye straight to that cheekbone, and then it's lighter here. That's just my personal preference. And then get the other side done. I am going to be applying lipstick just shortly. This is one of my favourite lipsticks. It's so pigmented and it lasts so long. And I can't wait to start watching White Lines again tonight. That's what, today's just a really good day, between having my coffee meeting today and then watching White Lines tonight. That's my day sorted. Super happy. And I have seen me, if I'm really unwell, I go really pale and my eyes go black and I look terrible, I look like death warmed up. I have often found that when this happens, I'll use a lot of blush on because it seems to bring my face back to life. But because I am so pale complexion wise as it is, when I take not well, oh, it just looks so bad. So that's everything else done. That's my highlight, my contour, my blush. Now I am going to go and put on my lipstick, which for lipstick I'll be using the PS Matte Liquid Lipstick in red. This is such a big tube, you don't need a lot of it. It is fantastic. I have a really narrow top lip. I am contemplating getting lip fillers, just something quite natural, and it's just something that I've contemplated for many years. So I have a very narrow top lip that points inwards instead of being lifted and pointing out the way, and I find this colour and this particular matte lipstick just really brings out the colour in the lips, and it's just one of my absolute favourites. So I will put this on and then we'll come back. And we're back. So I've got the red lipstick on that matches my little hairband. This is from Primark as well. It was only about £2. I love Primark headbands, always have, always will. Pretty much every hairband you see me wear in my videos are from Primark. They're just splendid. And because I'm growing my hair back, I really need to wear a hairband all the time anyway, because it's at that awkward length. It's too short to do anything with it, but it's too long to do anything with it. So whilst it's growing out, I love dressing it up with hairbands. I think, especially now that I'm getting lots of roots and I can't see the hairdresser, which is something I am most looking forward to when the lockdown is over, is getting my hair done, because I love getting my hair done. My hairdresser is fantastic. So now that the lipstick is done, this is my vintage inspired look for my casual comfy day whilst I watch white lines on the TV and eat my dinner. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope if you haven't already, you will subscribe to my channel for my future content. I hope you'll join me again, guys. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye.